him. Oh shit! He won! Knockout! Knockout! Blood clots! Oh shit!
Yo, what's going on, people? You're through to Else at TvKO. Thank you for watching another video. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. It'd be greatly appreciated. But anyway, going back to the O2 arena on Saturday, anyone that watched the previous video for Joseph Parker versus Dillian Whyte will know I was in attendance and made it to the arena just in time for the opening bell of Dereck Chisora versus Takam. When the fight was initially made, I had two thoughts which basically contradicted one another. My first thought was, oh, that's a pretty interesting matchup. The second thought was, I'm not so sure this is going to be that much of an interesting fight though. Two guys who are very similar. Very similar. That doesn't mean that I thought they were, equally matched, because I didn't. I'd certainly had Takam down as a firm favourite. I certainly thought Takam was going to win the fight, no questions asked. But in terms of their styles, very similar. Sluggers, come forward fighters, bullies in the ring, and maybe because of that, I didn't feel it was a fight that was going to gel particularly well. But I was incredibly wrong. It was an absolute barnstormer of a fight. And on the contrary to what a lot of people have said, I mean, hey, I watched it live, but I haven't watched it back since, so I don't know, maybe, getting caught up in the atmosphere as well as a whole lot of drink means that I saw a different fight to everyone else. But from what I saw, Dereck Chisora, although he was losing, he wasn't losing emphatically, and there were moments in the fight where he was firing some good shots back at Takam. But certainly for my money, Takam was bossing the fight and winning the fight. And it looked, if he wasn't going to stop Del Boy, it looked certainly that he was going to win comfortably on points. But fast forward to the 8th round, and boy, what an incredible knockout. In fact, two punches. The first one, the overhand right, kind of caught Takam to the temple, put him down beautifully, and then the confidence in which he unleashed the second over right hand, but this time it kind of landed on the chin of Takam and it was lights out. Incredible, a performance that I didn't see coming. I'd be surprised if anyone would have put any money on Chisora knocking out Takam. I've spoken about Takam many a time, and he is not a guy that gets knocked out. I think Povetkin knocked him out. Other than that, it's just not something that happens very often at all. So kudos to Del Boy, just pulled it out the bag. He still remains relevant in this increasingly interesting heavyweight division. But with that said, Dereck Chisora is 34 years of age, and other than a rematch with Dillian Whyte, a rematch that I think he deserves based on the fact that I feel he beat Dillian Whyte, I don't know who else Dereck Chisora is going to fight. And that is the premise of this video, is what next for Del Boy? Who does he fight next? I mean, despite an emphatic victory, despite the fact that he probably got ripped off against Dillian Whyte, who does he go in with? What seems like a really interesting shout at the time was Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce was happy to offer him up the fight. I don't think Chisora was happy with the money involved. We're hearing, in excess of 100 grand. Maybe that's not enough to get someone like Del Boy on board. In fact, evidently not, because the fight didn't happen. A potential fight for someone like Daniel Dubois, maybe? Would Chisora see himself in that light? I don't think he would. He's not going to get a crack at Anthony Joshua. No one would really want to see that fight. He's not going to get a crack at Deontay Wilder. He's not going to fight Fury again, surely. I mean, the second fight in itself was a snore fest. So other than the Dillian Whyte rematch, I'm not really sure where I see Del Boy going, despite such a fantastic performance and ending to a fight against a guy like Takam. I'm just not really sure where Del Boy ends up. I mean, I can't really see much fanfare for anything other than a Dillian Whyte rematch, So interesting times, and interesting to see where he ends up. But guys, leave in the comments. That's just my 2 pence on Del Boy's situation at the moment. What do you guys think? Who would you like to see him up against next? Do you really care about what he does next? Leave it in the comments below, guys. But for now, this is Elts. This is TvKO, and I'm out of here.